Hello, and welcome back to Toledo Aquaponics. This is currently day 17, and this is just a quick look at my water quality. Currently my pH is about 7.2. My ammonia is finally down to about 0.5. My nitrites are in the 2 to 5 range, give or take a little bit. And my nitrates are finally coming up a little bit more, and they're back to about the 40 range so far. I still have a algae problem in all my beds, but that's still kind of a good sign because that means stuff's growing, but I only have it right now where I actually have water coming in. One of the nice properties of the grow stone is it actually can wick water up to 4 inches above the water level. So even with the water level where I have it now, I'm still getting a decent water kind of uptake for algae growth, unfortunately. I should be able to control that a little bit, but it's really not that big of a problem. It's more of just kind of a, I don't want to deal with it kind of thing. It's not, I do have a UV clarifier to kill off anything, so it doesn't really spread outside of the grow beds. So it will consume some nutrients, which is a problem as far as efficiency, but for the most part, it's pretty good. My humidity in here, just to kind of a quick look, I put a monitor in here. Right now my temperature's down to about 84 and my humidity is 55. With the garage door closed, this came up to about 69 to 70 throughout the day. I have a little camera up here that I set up just so I can kind of monitor that humidity and take a look at it. And then my temperature was up to about 88 earlier today. That's mostly just about where I want it. The other thing is I added 2 hurricane fans up here. They're both set to oscillating cycles to kind of just keep air moving throughout here so I don't have any mold problems. And just to kind of keep everything a little bit more pleasant in here. The 3/4 inch pipe is working out very well. However, the vinyl pipe that I'm using is very prone to kinking. It kinks quite a bit. However, it doesn't really affect my flow rate too much because I'm not really using the full power of my pump. I'm using 3/4 inch tubing from a Active Aqua 550 pump to my UV clarifier and then up to my fish tank. And it's working out pretty well. My pump still is sucking air every now and then, but it's very brief, normally less than 30 seconds or so. I'll try to get my timings adjusted a little bit more so my pump never sucks air, but for right now, I'm willing to live with it. I also have a top-off valve that's not been hooked up. I am going to be topping off with probably RO water, and I'll probably supplement when I do changeovers with just normal, normal tap water. So that way I'm using RO for my automated top off, and then when I do filter changes and when I start to clean up this, I'll top that off with regular tap water to kind of keep some of the other carbonates and things in my system. Granted, I can add a lot of those myself, but that's just kind of keep things up. As well as that'll also buff my pH up a little bit because my pH out of the top here is in the 8 to upper 8 range. It's definitely on the pH scale for here for high range, it is well into the purple, so it's in the 8.4 to 8.8 range. So it'll kind of help raise my pH a little bit every now and then, as well as bring some carbonates and some other fine trace minerals. I'll have to watch chlorine, but chlorine should not be too much of an issue here. So that's just kind of a relatively quick update of my system and kind of where I stand right now. Mostly I'm just waiting for my ammonia to plummet a little bit more, and then eventually for my nitrites to stop dropping. Once actually my nitrites drop and my ammonia drops, I'll dose the system again, bring it back up to 2 ppms, wait for it to drop again, and kind of just let the system cycle until basically when I can dose it with enough ammonia that it goes up to 2 ppms and then it's back down to 0 ppms within 24 hours. At that point I will consider myself ready for fish, and I'll start with getting fish ordered and actually get them in here. I'll just probably continue to keep the system running with ammonia for a little while, and I could honestly keep that up for a little while anyways, because the plants that are in here are just little seedlings. I have some little itty bitty kale here. There's a couple of these guys splitting around through this bed. I have some simple lettuces here. Black Simpson lettuce tends to grow really well from what I can tell. It's a very quick grower at least. As well as I have some butter crunch and a few others. And I'm just going to kind of go with that. I'm going to keep the system running. Right now I do have these LED lights on, so I'm going to flip these back on just because it washes out the colors of my chemical test quite a bit. They look quite different under this light sometimes. So I'm not nearly that far off in ammonia. I'm only in about 0.5, but these lights do screw with that. And that is something that I touched on yesterday a little bit, is your best option if you can is to grab your tests and go outside. Go find some sun or whatever and hold them up to the test. And now you get a nice, pretty accurate measurement. So this is just, again, this was Toledo Aquaponics, and this is my day 17 update.